This is Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, and you are listening to the Bob Culture Podcast.
Nothing between the lines of the page or at a time. Forgiveness is for angels, but this angel fell out of line. That's in no second chance or redemption can be found. 'Cause you can't run the devil and the devil is running you down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Baltimore Celeb Fest 4. Goodest brother, this is Bucket List. Please welcome to the table. He is the first ever NXT Triple Crown Champion, the literal heart and soul of the black and gold
Johnny
brand.
Takeover, Johnny Wrestling.
Hashtag Dad Goals. Welcome to the show, one of our all-time favorites. It's an honor. We are not worthy, Mr. Johnny Gargano. Johnny, thank you for a few minutes.
Thanks for gassing me up, guys. Appreciate that.
Of course,
Yeah,
very
thanks,
well
man.
deserved,
Yeah.
man.
We miss seeing you on our TV screen
Yes,
on
very
wrestling,
much.
but we love the Twitch stream. Are you having fun with that, man? We saw like the rap battle games. We're seeing all the games.
Yeah.
Are you liking that?
Yeah, I'm definitely having fun. I don't know if I had fun with the rap battle games.
Yeah, that was interesting.
But I'm definitely having fun. It's kind of giving me a little bit of a creative outlet that I can enjoy while I'm at home being a dad. People ask me all the time where I'm going next or what I'm currently doing, and I said I'm currently in diaper change pro wrestling.
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
of course.
So that's my current life.
DMPW.
Right now. Yes.
Living the dream. Johnny, you've been such an inspiration to so many people. This guy right here, I'm going to
Nice
make him
shirt, by the
embarrassed.
way. Shout out
I
to
try,
your
I
shirt.
try.
He's got every single one. He's looking for that one DIY one.
Yeah, the
Which
powder-
one?
the powder blue.
Oh, the OG one.
Yes,
the OG
yes.
one. Yeah.
We got
yeah.
the rest.
Yeah.
But and thank you, Johnny, for being so kind with your
Thank
time
you so
and
much.
signing all the figures and stuff like that. But what does it mean to be such an inspiration? This guy, he watches your entrance all the time, going through some hard times. We watch your matches together. You mean a lot to this kid.
Oh,
man. What
I
does that mean
appreciate
to you?
that, man.
Of
It
course,
means the
man.
world to me. That's why I do this, honestly. It's something to where I don't view myself as that. You know, I wake up every morning and I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you.
Yeah.
I see myself as just a normal dude. I just really appreciate that some stuff I've done in my career
course.
can affect different people in a positive way, and that I think that's my lasting legacy, is if I can leave one thing on this planet other than my son. If I can leave one thing, it's just try to work hard and be a good person and impact people's lives in a
Shout out to
positive way.
Quill. Shout out to Candace.
Quill.
I don't know if he's watching right now, but shout out to Quill.
Hopefully.
That's awesome. Johnny, thank you so much for signing all the figures and stuff
Yeah.
like that. He's got all of them. I'm embarrassing this guy.
He had great collection, by the way. They're very hard to come by.
I try. I mean, I got lucky and I got them as they came out.
That's a smart way to do
When
it.
the Wolverine came out,
Yeah.
we immediately pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
So,
That's a smart play. Because
yeah.
now people are telling me they're like over $100 on Amazon
Yes.
just for
Yeah.
the Spider-Man and Wolverine one. So, and that's not even the OG original
Yeah.
NXT one. So, I'm lucky. I'm very lucky to have I think six. I think I have six figures.
It's 6 or 7, I believe.
Which is
Infinity
wild.
Stones.
Yeah.
Which is wild
Yeah.
to say. I went into this and I was just hoping to get one, and I ended up with 6 or 7. So it's a job well done.
Yeah, we love it, man, and we think the Iron Man should be the next figure to come out. Which
Yeah.
one would you pick?
Iron Man holds a special place in my heart.
Me too.
Yeah.
I will say that now that I'm kind of on my own a bit, I kind of have a little bit more freedom to make certain things happen.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you never know. Maybe in the future there will be a Johnny Gargano Iron Man figure.
I'd be
soon
there to
enough.
buy it.
Right on.
That's awesome. I want to talk about heel Johnny. We've always been a very pro Johnny show. I was a little critical of the heel turn, I'm not going to lie, but masterfully you use that to tell a story, to put over younger talent.
Yeah.
Gargano on a piano.
Yes, I was just about to say Gargano on a piano
Yeah.
had us
a
dying.
little bit of humor. I
Yes.
mean, I loved
The
everything
Gargano
about
way.
it. I was respectfully very wrong on that because I'm thinking babyface, underdog, rebel heart.
Yep.
And it was amazing what you did with that, man. What was that like for you?
You know, I'm very much so a chip on my shoulder guy, and I'm always one of those guys that, like, whenever anyone moves the goalposts on me or anything I've done, I like to kind of try to prove them wrong. I don't know if it's like the weird Cleveland, Ohio-ness of me to where I like proving whoever I can wrong about me. But like it was almost like when I started in a tag team, they were like, okay, he's just a good tag wrestler, and then I became a singles guy. Like, okay, he's just a good singles guy. Can he tell a story? Then me and Tommaso's story. He's like, okay, well, he's a good wrestler, but what's his character? And then I started the whole Johnny Gargano way thing. Like, so like it's one of those things where like I just constantly like changing the perception on who I am.
Which is it's amazing to watch, especially like like as it's happening, because everybody is kind of like, oh, Johnny this and Johnny that. I was like, just wait and watch. He'll prove you wrong, and you always have.
It's a fun thing too. I was very lucky. I think things turned out the way they were supposed to, in the sense where like that was never going to be the way, I don't mean to use the pun, but never going to be the way that character was supposed to be. It was going to be a lot more serious, but I just kind of felt like with everything going on with the pandemic and with COVID and things like that, I felt like NXT just needed a little bit of levity, needed a little bit of funniness, silliness, goofiness.
Yes. Which is great.
And I was happy that I was able to provide that, and I just want to put smiles on people's faces during that time. Yeah.
You did, and everything with you, Johnny, I'm sure you're very aware of this, has been very serendipitous, the timing, even having your kid at this time, and it's perfect. You're very smart about that. I feel that's something the indies are lacking. You and Ciampa had arguably one of the best long-term storylines, nearly perfect in recent memory.
It made me fall in love with wrestling again, to be honest. It really, it's hard to organically make a storyline where it's literal good versus literal evil, where you're not cheering the bad guys like, oh, he's a cool heel. No. Like everybody was behind you and everybody was booing Ciampa.
Yeah.
And it's hard to create that organically. And I remember watching it as it was happening. I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is what I love about wrestling, and that's what like drew me to you.
And I don't think you get that nowadays anymore, really.
Yeah,
we were extremely lucky.
Yes.
And I believe everything happens for a reason. Timing worked out to where Tommaso was able to leave and get surgery during the time period to where the convention's over, by the way. He went to go get surgery, and people had to wait for the match as opposed to it just being immediate. So it ended up working out to where...
I was about to say, it worked out great.
It worked out so fantastic, because then I ended up having a match with Andrade that propelled me to a new height. And then like the turn happened Tommaso came back right after that. So I was already riding high from that match. And it's so funny that like if Tommaso doesn't go get surgery after that match, the Andrade match never happens.
Wow.
And like
which
it's
is
also
crazy
another
to think
instance
about.
where like also if Drew doesn't get hurt in the match with Andrade, where he lost the title to Andrade, then like me versus Andrade doesn't happen either. So there's so many different parts and pieces. You take one thing out, there is a different timeline somewhere to where none of this happened. So
well, luckily we're in the happy timeline.
We are in the best timeline, the brightest timeline.
That's it, and you ended up fighting Adam Cole for that title. And even that kind of felt right, because Ciampa coming out at the end, man. Candace coming out. I mean,
I was there for it.
Yeah, he was there for it.
Yeah,
I literally, not to make it weird, but I literally cried at the end.
He did.
You aren't the only one. You aren't the only one. And I'm very lucky that people are that emotionally attached to me, that we were able to tell a story that got people that invested. It's definitely the highlight of my career. But, you know, I'm only 34 years old. People seem to think that I've been doing this a long time, which I have. But
17 years now, right?
17 years.
Yeah.
But I think Cody just talked on this. Wrestler prime is 35 to 42. That's when you're fully developed. So I haven't even hit my prime yet. I always think back to like Shawn Michaels when he came back for his second run.
Which
he
is
was better than he
insane.
was the first time he came. And like that's kind of, you know, where my head's at too.
Love it. Johnny, I want to be respectful of your time. Thank you for doing this. Last one from me. We're big proponents of the indie talent here on the Northeast. Coming from Johnny Wrestling himself, what advice would you have for some of that younger talent trying to get over, trying to get heat from the crowd? Any advice from one of the all-time greats?
Man? The biggest advice I always give, and I've given it to a lot of people tonight that have come up to my and said, hey, what's up?
Which is great to hear, man.
Honestly, like just never lose that wrestling fan inside of you, because that is what's going to help you treat people how they should be treated, but also wrestle how you should wrestle. I always think in the mindset of what can I do, because I'm the same as everyone else. Like I was a huge wrestling fan. I still am a huge wrestling fan. And I always kind of try to think, what can I do that would make little Johnny Gargano lose his mind? What can I do now that I'm on the other side of the table to where I can approach this meet and greet, or approach this signing, or approach this show and put a smile on someone's face and go above and beyond what is expected of me? because that's Becky Lynch is leaving right now. Yeah, bye back. But yeah, so that's kind of where my head's at. And like the biggest piece of advice I can give, because wrestling does suck at times. It gets hard, it gets rough. But as long as you remember what made you do this, you will never go wrong. Treat people kindly. Be a good person, work incredibly hard, and you'll get what you want out of it.
And I don't think I'll ever get a chance to do this again, but I might get a little emotional, so don't mind me. I told you I met you a few times in 2019. Every time has been one of the best days of my life, I'm going to be honest. Your matches, Rebel Heart, everything really pulled me out of a dark place. I was going through a lot in 2018, and I heard Rebel Heart, and I was like, oh, who is this? And then I heard Johnny Wrestling, and I was like, okay, let me look into him. And then I watched the DIY. What is it? The stab in the back.
Yep.
And even now, when you watch it, it still gets you, even though you know what's going to happen. It still gets you.
Yeah.
The first match with Andrade at Brooklyn Takeover Brooklyn 3.
Yep.
And then we just rewatched all the takeovers from 2018, and I was just my favorite movie series is Rocky, and I never thought I'd be inspired by anything else. And then watching your matches, and then even now watching your interviews and interacting with you, I'm like, this guy's the best. Like
Thank you.
he really lifts me up. And it's embarrassing, but literally, like Rebel Heart's my alarm clock. It's my ringtone.
That's awesome.
It always gets me pumped up, and you have a lifelong fan of me, and I will always appreciate you.
I appreciate
thank you
that,
so
man.
much.
No,
man.
thank you, man. That means the world to me. Come
Thank
on,
you.
dude. That means the world to me, dude. Like, trust me. Like, those sort of things are like that is what, and I say this to all the young wrestlers out there. This right here is what makes all of the sacrifices and everything worth it. Is hearing that from you, being able to affect people that way. That is really, at the end of the day, what we're on this earth to do. So it means the world. Thank you so much for sharing.
Of course,
that
I felt like I was on that journey with you. Like when you want to take over New York, I had a friend who's kind of a casual fan.
Yeah.
And he's kind of sitting down, and I'm at the edge of my seat. And when the referee hands you the title and like the gold is shining in your face, I'm going insane. My friend's like, I don't know who this is, but I was like, I don't care. My guy won the title. This is all I need.
There it is.
So I called out of work. I didn't even think I was able to go. I bought tickets for it, and I was like, I need to see this happen.
There it is.
So I was at TakeOver New York, and I was also at TakeOver 25.
Oh, cool.
When I got
a more sadder moment.
Yeah, but the trilogy with you and Adam Cole and the matches with you and Champ are some of the best wrestling I've ever watched in my life.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
So it really was.
Thank you, man.
Just thank you for everything.
Thank you, Joe.
Oh, my pleasure, dude.
Thank you for even doing this and taking the
Oh,
time.
my
Yes,
pleasure,
thank you
guys.
so
Just got
much.
another hug because
Oh yeah, of course. Come on in here,
Ladies
buddy.
and gentlemen, Johnny
Come on in here, buddy.
Gargano.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you
We're not
guys.
worried.
Of course.
Oh no,
Thank you,
thank you
Johnny.
guys.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Of course.